Hello once again and welcome to Extreme English from Extremadura. Today, Lesson 7 is going to be a chance to do some review. We're going to look back at some of the things that we have talked about in Lessons 1 through 6. So if you have not seen Lessons 1 through 6, you might want to watch those lessons before you do this lesson. Let's begin our review today by seeing if you know what any of these phrases or sentences mean. We always give thanks to God for you. You can pause the video and take a moment and think about it. Try to answer, what does this mean, before I show you the answer in future slides. We always give thanks to God for you. How about the second one? The gospel keeps bringing blessings to everyone. The gospel keeps bringing blessings to everyone. The third one, Christ is the visible likeness of the invisible God. Christ is the visible likeness of the invisible God. Fourth, at one time you were separated from God, but now Christ has made you God's friends again. At one time you were separated from God, but now Christ has made you God's friends again. And finally, can you remember the fifth one? Here's the fifth and final sentence. I say this so that no one can fool you by arguments that seem good but are false. This was just in our last lesson, Lesson 6. I say this so that no one can fool you by arguments that seem good but are false. So how did you do? Did you remember we always give thanks to God for you? Did you remember what it meant? Remember that when we translate from English to Spanish or from Spanish to English, there is not just one way to translate something. There are often many different ways that can express the same thought. So, we always give thanks to God for you. Here are some possible translations. Siempre que oramos por vosotros, damos gracias a Dios. Cada vez que oramos por ustedes, damos gracias a Dios. Siempre oramos por ustedes y le damos gracias a Dios. You can see, as you remember, that you can mean vosotros, it can mean ustedes, it can mean usted, it can mean tú. In this case, it either means vosotros o ustedes. The second sentence was the gospel keeps bringing blessings to everyone. El evangelio sigue trayendo bendiciones a todos, o las buenas nuevas llevan bendiciones a todo el mundo. Okay, the third sentence said, Christ is the visible likeness of the invisible God. This one was probably easier for you. Cristo es la imagen visible de Dios que es invisible. O, Cristo es la imagen visible del Dios invisible. The fourth sentence was more difficult, but hopefully you remember what it means. At one time, you were separated from God, but now Christ has made you God's friends again. Remember, at one time, antes o en otro tiempo, and then but now, y ahora o pero ahora o sin embargo ahora. Entonces, antes ustedes estaban lejos de Dios, sin embargo, ahora Cristo los ha hecho sus amigos. En otro tiempo ustedes estaban alejados de Dios, pero ahora Cristo los ha reconciliado por medio de su muerte. La idea de reconciliarse es hacerse amigos de nuevo. Entonces es la misma idea con otras palabras. And how about the last sentence, the fifth sentence? I say this so that no one can fool you by arguments that seem good but are false. Did you remember what this means? Les digo esto para que nadie los engañe con frases bonitas pero falsas. Os digo esto para que nadie os seduzca con palabras engañosas. O, les digo esto a ustedes para que nadie los engañe con argumentos ingeniosos. Puedes ver de nuevo que hay varias maneras de decir la cosa. We can say things in many different ways. The point is to get the meaning across. It is not to have every word sound exactly like the other word in the other language. You want people to understand the meaning of what you are saying. Now we are going to practice that TH sound again. And the unvoiced TH sound, the voiced TH sound. With your tongue vibrating between your teeth. With unvoiced. Thanks, unvoiced. The, voiced. The. Throughout. Throughout. The TH is unvoiced, and then you hear the R. These. These. That's a voiced TH. Faith. Faith. Strength. Strength. Faithful. Faithful. Things. Things. There. There. That's a voiced TH. There. Nothing. Nothing. Through. Through. I know it may sound funny and look funny, but make sure your tongue is between your teeth. The, that, this, there, then, these. It's very important. Most Spanish speakers say that, these, duh. No. That, these, the. You can do it. I know you can. Now our Extreme English from Extremadura review is going to look at the word just. We talked about it in an earlier lesson. Just is an important word in English. However, many non-native speakers do not know how to use it. Many of them don't know how to pronounce it either. They say used or just or used. No, just. Just has many meanings. Let's take a look at them. First, just can mean conforming to fact or reason. In other words, it's reasonable or it's true, it's honest. So here are some examples. He had a just reason for his anger. There was just cause to be afraid. Quizás había un oso o algo cerca. There was just cause to be afraid. Just can also mean conforming to a correct standard. And here is an example. A false balance is evil, but a just weight is fair. Just can also mean what is morally good, or it can mean a morally good person or persons. The soul of the proud person is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. We also use the word just as an adverb. If you learn how to use the word just properly, you will improve your fluency, that's for sure. You will just have to practice. Here are some examples. Her new sweater fit just right. In this case, the meaning of just is it fit precisely, or it fit her perfectly. I just finished writing a novel. In this case, just means acabar de. I just finished writing a novel. I had just finished eating breakfast when the phone rang. But wait, there is more to this word just. I hope that you will just review these sentences and then start to use just more often. She kept searching, but still there was no wedding dress just right for her. Mike became the father of a son who was just like him, exactamente como él. I will help him just as you have asked, tal como, just as you have asked. This is just the beginning of what the builders are going to do. En este caso es como apenas. This is just the beginning of what the builders are going to do. The children entered just as the teacher asked. Es como conforme con lo que el maestro ya había pedido. Then she closed the door behind them. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just. En este caso, justo. Do you believe just because I told you? Just come and see for yourself. Well, as you can see, the word just is very important in English. Just for fun, I looked up how many times the word just is used in the Bible. It's used 1,487 times, or as we often say in English, 1,487 times, which makes it one of the most often used words in the Bible. Next time you watch a TV series in English or read a book in English, count how many times you hear or read the word just. And this week, try to use just in your own conversations. Maybe you can go back and look at some of these examples and practice making sentences with the word just in them. Finally, to conclude today's lesson, I have written an outline of the book of Colossians. An outline is like a bosquejo. An outline is a framework to tell us what the book is about in very short phrases. I find this very helpful for me when I am studying something to make an outline. There is not just one outline for this book. This is an outline I made after I read the book of Colossians in the Bible. Perhaps you would like to make your own outline and get practice for comprehending what you read, learning what you read enough to condense it into short sentences that you can see in some kind of a framework. Okay? Hopefully this has been a helpful lesson for you, and we will see you once again in a new lesson, Lesson 8 of Extreme English from Extremadura. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and click on the bell, and make sure that you tell your friends about Extreme English from Extremadura. Thank you.